Hi all. Right, German impulse, but what to do? Yes, indeed, what to do. So yeah, I've been having a wee think, and I think I've decided on yeah, 47 core again. Um, I've had a look and nothing special I think is going to happen really, but um, I mean, more replacement points. I never really thought about that, but it's not the worst idea in the world, is it? Mm. Nah, I don't think so. No, I think I'm just going to activate them and move them because, yeah, I know admittedly we lost two steps of the two 9 Panzer units, but the other one's still full strength. We did repair a couple of things, so. Yeah, so I'm going to activate the core. And again, it'll just be moving them not very far again, I think. So that'll be 4 into there, or, yeah, well, we want to get them on the road, don't we? So yeah, it's gonna actually be 5 to move them into there. 4 into the forest, but breaking away from zone of control. So okay, we will do that. I guess this infantry can go 1, 2, 3. Or hang on. Suppose he could go. He could go up there, which might be. I don't know though. I thought bring these guys across. I might have a wee go at one of these maybe. But these are all mechanised, aren't they? Yeah. So they're not going to get very far. 3. Well, actually, we can get them into there, which is better, I guess. So 3, 4, 5 into there. So on that road. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I will just move this infantry 1, 2, 3 up to here. He could still get back down to here if we wanted to use him to fight there as well. So yeah. So yeah, we can't do nothing about him anyway. We need to get some units in to try and get his supply back, but we can do that nearer the end of the turn, or possibly when they activate the second SS. Sorry, I'm looking away up here, but wondering about this is a 47 core unit, but he's out of supply, so can't do a lot with him. Right, pretty sure these guys are just going to stay here. Sorry, this guy is going to stay here, because that's quite an important part. I mean, it does become less important the more we bring our units back, I suppose. Okay, so now I did still have a thought. I remember mentioning it that I could have an attack with these two guys. It's 5 against 2. Oh, and by the way, I think I mentioned that this guy didn't exert zone of control because he was dispersed. Well, that is true, but he's also bracketed, so even if he wasn't dispersed, he's still not exerting zone of control. I mentioned that before about the fact that because he was dispersed, but however, so 5 against 2, it would be 2 to 1 odds if I took the fight on. He's an elite infantry unit, only with 1 step, he's dispersed. So he doesn't get to draw any cards, but I mean, we're only drawing 2 chits, unless we chuck. I mean, in actual fact, we do have. Oh, wait a minute. 3, 4. Oh, that's an interesting thought actually, because we looked at combat engineers, didn't we? That would bump that to 6, giving us 3 to 1, and an extra chip pool. It was really just the fact that we can disregard 1 attacker hit, which I'm really hoping would happen, because both the units are single step, so that would be a real backfire if I got an A2 result out of the attack. They can only retreat 1 hex, and it just the fact that they're still dispersed just now, because they might well lose that dispersal. What corps are they from? 18th. Yeah, we've not seen 18th corps for a bit. So you know, they activate again and lose the disperse marker. Why not try and take advantage of it now? I don't think I can get another unit in there to help. Do I have a reinforced battle? No, I don't have a reinforced battle this time. So yeah, I've got air power. We talked about that as well. Combat engineers and air power. Could chuck them both at it, I suppose. Get an extra chip pool again, but I don't know. I think quite keen on maybe keeping hold of the air power. For maybe a slightly more important attack. Maybe here, the fact these guys can't get combat tactics, so we're guaranteed the air power. You know, just in case the priority is mainly allied, then. So maybe once we get the OKW card, we might have a go at this guy here and chuck the air power in there. So, do I want to do that? Yeah, like I was saying, I don't think I can get any other unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. So, got to make a decision. Right, he's staying there. As he's staying here, he's not really got an awful lot of place to go. I mean, he's in St Hubert, so don't think we want to move him, do we? No. No, okay, so he's staying there. So yeah, it's just about, do we want to make that attack? Okay, I'm going to make this attack. And I'm even considering the air power option. Don't know yet. So okay, I'm going to attack with these guys. They've got 5 strength. And yeah, it's attacking from 1 hex as well. So this has got risks. There is risks involved. It's not even as if oh yeah, it's mechanised infantry. This is a time when an infantry infiltration would have been quite handy. Not often a combat tactic that does an awful lot, but it would have been quite handy in this situation. Okay, so I'm going to put combat engineers, that card for combat engineers, and so that bumps my strength to 6. So 6 to 2, so 3 to 1 odds. 3 to 1 odds, and at the moment there's no elites either, is it? And he's elite himself, so that's another worry. I mean, I'm hoping for a disperse unsupplied chit, that would be perfect, but there's many chits in the cup. So at the moment we're just setting the 2 chip pools for the units and the 1 combat tactic, so it's only 3 to 1 odds, 3 chip pools. So just one last thought about this air power. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to do it. I'm just talking myself into it. So, um, so command value of this card's 3, so I'm allowed to play up to 3 combat tactics. So I'm going to play that card for air power. So it gives me an extra chip pool. Because I'm just thinking, if I can budge that guy, well, ideally eliminate that guy, my advance after combat surrounds this guy, which might be quite nice. And also it breaks through there, where this unit's kind of, I was saying there's a couple of victory point hexes up there. It gets you on that road as well. I mean, I know this guy's turned up, which is a bit of a pain, but... So, yeah, let's go for it. And the other thing is, that's me now played 3 cards from my hand. And you'll have noticed the last couple of days, it's very hard to play cards at your hand when you're not making attacks, when you're going defensive. And we were all out of supply, we weren't making many attacks at all. So every card I played gave the allies an impulse. So that's 3 cards at our hand, and we've only got six cards left in the draw pile. So that would be half of them would be. So I'd only have 3 after this impulse. So okay, let's do that. So they can't play a card. So it's a minimum of 1 chip pool, maximum of 4 with 3 to 1 odds. Okay, I'll get the first one. There we go. It could have been worse if it was a town. Like it was city town is an A1 and a D-1. That's a Woods hex he's in, so there's a D-1. So well, I'm still going to draw the other 3. I'm not going this far. Yeah, I'm going to get the other 3. Well, that was a complete waste of time. Defender elite, I got next chat, and then another Woods chat, and then, attackers no elite, but they're not green either, so this one doesn't apply. So, D-3. So, I mean, fortunately, there's not any hits on us, but used up that air power, wondering if, I don't know. Let's say 3 cards at my hand, I suppose. Okay, so last thing, so nothing happens, there's no hits to anybody, they just sit there. Last thing, this unit's dispersed. Oops, right, he's also not on his full strength side. He is reduced. But it was dispersed, so he's now okay. And that's the end of the impulse, yes. So that's 47 core activated twice now. I mean, I did think, maybe get the 5th Panzer Army card, activate them again, or maybe a camp group in there would be, sorry. Zoom out a little bit, Grant. Camp group in the likes of there or there to grab the units as well as summons of 47th. I have a feeling we had the 5th Panzer Army card yesterday though, so... Right. Okay, I'll tidy things up and we'll get through, well actually... Yeah, I'll tidy things up and I'll get the 3 new cards. Okay, let's see what we're getting. 3 new cards. Okay. We're looking for infantry infiltrations there. Look, there's 2 of them. So we've got the 6 Panzer Army. Well, and no OKW card yet. These guys might be able to do something. I don't know. Maybe not. We could replace another point to that unit in Bastogne. Anyway, we shall let the allies have a go. A quick glance at my hand. Hopefully you can see that. It's a bit shaded in the back now. There we go. Okay, so let's get an allied impulse. We can keep going. So there's only 3 cards left in my draw pile, like I say. Right, let's see what the allies do. British Corps again. So nothing to deploy. To redeploy. Well, we've got no units that can reach west of the Meuse. So, and they've still got to deploy west of the Meuse. So that's not applicable. So activate 53rd and GA divisions. GA. Okay. I'm not sure what the right Guards Armoured Division. Is that what these guys are with the A then, I'm assuming? Hope they weren't. Oh no, there's only 2 units. Oh, okay, maybe they do have... In a sec. Okay, yeah, I found them. They were all buried down the bottom. Yeah, there's 2 of these GA units, really pretty strong units, the one with 7 strength. And there's 3 53rd, 1, 2, and the third one is just underneath this guy. So we're going to be looking to activate the 2 divisions. And as usual, we're just looking for an IP. Yep, this guy can take an IP. So we're going to have an activation. So I'm going to draw 3. Now we talked about contacts, yeah we did. It wouldn't matter. There are units out of contact, but there's nowhere for them to redeploy to. That's right, isn't it? Yes, that's right, Grant. Carry on. Okay. Oh, strong attack, and a strengthen. So what comes first? Strong attack, and then strengthen. So alright, I'll probably got that zoomed in, haven't I? There we go. And there's nothing dated. So we've just moved away a little bit from them though, so it might be that I'm not quite sure they're going to reach anything. So they've maybe got the wrong card. Probably wanted something that would move them. Strong attack, and yeah, probably wanted a move card so that they could move forward a lot. Or what is it? Advance, that's the other one, isn't it? But we'll have a look, you never know. Yeah, I get the feeling we might have got quite lucky here with the cards that they've drawn. So they're looking for strength of unit stack and other active units greater than or equal to 3 times proximate German unit stack. Well, he's selected number 1, but he can only go, and he's bringing along this guy who wasn't an active unit because he's in the stack. But 5 movement, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. They're not proximate to a German unit. So it does say other active units. And other active units, but then that's not proximate. And these guys are the same, well, they're even further away. When it comes down to, well, not so much this unit, because he's got 1, 2, 3. This is the only unit that's an active unit that can reach, like he can go 1, 2, 3 and get proximate to this. But this has got 10 strength. And he can only get there by himself. Yeah, just by moving back there, we've kind of spoiled their plans a bit. I mean, a wee bit luck with the cards. Imagine the attack card is just going to do the same. And strength then, well, I don't think that's going to do anything either, to be honest. So, no, I don't see that happening. None of the units can get proximate. Strength of units and other active units. Yeah, this is the only unit that can get proximate. It can only get proximate to 10 strength of German units. So that's not going to happen. And that's looking for greater than, but it's exactly the same. They can't get there, they can't reach. And strengthen. I don't think approximate to, but not stat, but an allied unit with strength less than or equal to 3. I can't see an allied unit less than or equal to 3 that any of the units are proximate to. and and the Germans have got 7 strength proximate to it. No. This is 6 strength, so that's alright. This would probably be the only one, because 1, 2, 3, yeah, they could reach there. If this guy had been on his own, he might well have been a candidate, because there's probably 7 strength worth proximate to that unit, but yeah, the fact he's got another guy beside him, so he's 6 strength. Yeah. No, I don't see anything that they could. I mean, I suppose this one activating first could strengthen one of these if we had 7. We've not. We've not got 7 strength proximate to any of them two either. No. Let's move on, Grant. You're thinking far too much into it. It's not happening. Well, we've got really lucky with the British units, haven't we? We had that one impulse where they built IPs. Well, that's exactly what they're going to do again here. Most of them, apart from the ones in GV, innit? They're all going to build improved positions. Well, that does remind me, did I have the chance to build an improved position, possibly? Anyway, yeah, every stack except that one is going to get an IP. And that's going to be them. So I'll get markers on them. So yeah, we have got pretty lucky with the British units. Yeah. Yeah, just while we're building IPs there, this unit didn't do anything, he's in a town. This unit didn't do anything, he's in a town. They attacked, this guy was dispersed. The other guy's out of supply. You can't build an IP, can you? You can't build an IP if you're... Yeah, no, you can't if you're out of supply. Low supply you could, but... No, yeah, so there was nothing that missed. Yeah, he got his dispersal removed, and this guy moved, they moved. He's in a town, Yeah, okay. Right, I'll get IP markers on the British units, and we'll maybe take a wee pause there just to cut this video, and we'll get a German impulse along shortly, guys. Okay, cheers. Hi all. Okay, I just noticed I've not been away long and just cut the video, but as I was putting the IP markers on, I realised I was being a bit hasty. It was only the 53rd Infantry and the Guards Armoured Division that were applicable for the activation. So that was the stack with the Guards activation, that one and that one, but he's in GV, so he's in a town, can't get one, and they two are the 53rd. So they build an IP and he builds an IP, the other units don't. Yeah. So, okay, so a German impulse next. I'm going to have a wee think about what I'm doing here. I'm really not sure at all. Yeah, I actually think I'm going to make the most playing this card. Because that must have been the supplemental we had for that. No. Oh, was that last turn? I don't know if I made a mistake somewhere. Oh, don't tell me I've mixed the colour up again. I have, haven't I? Oh. Oh, that's so frustrating. How many people do that? I mean, look. And look at the colour of the unit. I mean, it looks closer to this colour, doesn't it? And it certainly doesn't look like that red colour up the top, does it? Ah, dear. I've seen so many people do that. Right, hang on to have a wee look back on. See if I can get away with this somehow. Grr. I think that's what I have done because I can't see. Actually, I don't think there is. Is there a supplemental card for this? No, I've just. Again, I think I've done it in this game already. Give me a sec. Yeah, it was indeed a blunder. You feel like scrolling something over that card to highlight the fact that which one it is. And it's just so easily done that. I'm not sure how to fix this. Fortunately, nothing's attacked the unit in Bastogne, so this impulse, I can just play that and then upgrade this guy to as he is. I don't see that being a problem. I know there's some information up here but nothing that's really relevant to here. But what do I do about the other card? Because in actual fact, I think I must have looked at this card at one point and talked about moving the guys down. But that feels a wee bit cheeky to go back and now start moving these guys. But I had to play an impulse. I had to play a card that turn. So could we say I played this card and maybe repaired a point to one of the units? Does that make it? But I think my intention, and I think I talked about it, was trying to move these guys further down because I remember talking about this guy being on the road, strategically moving them, these guys not being on the road, and then we deployed this guy as well. So that it does feel like a bit of a shame. Nothing's changed here either. It's only a couple of impulses ago. Hang on, let me just double check what's happened in between. Okay, I've just looked back on things and I think it's okay for me to do what I'm thinking here. We replaced a point in this guy and then the Allies had an impulse. They drew the army group card, deployed the units. Okay, I know some units got deployed, 3 of them got deployed here in the spread, the 3 of them got deployed down south, but that hasn't changed my thinking of, if I'd, moving these guys down. There's nothing really changed there. And then in between that, we've just activated, in fact, I've just put that video, just copied that video across, was activating the 47th Corps, and then the Allies activated the British Corps and never done an awful lot with them. So that's all that's happened in between all this. So, again, I know it's not brilliant, guys, and it is my mistake. I hope you can understand that one, because this is kind of poor. I know it's a printer that's done this, but I know it's been shown before, but hang on a second, let me see somewhere to put this. That is from that corps, and I'm just, I do have one, yeah. They're there. This colour is meant to match this colour, and this colour is meant to match this colour. The other ones aren't so bad, to be honest. The other cards, colour-wise, are pretty good. But I mean, that red band, it's not really near that. But the problem is, this band is so close to that. I mean, that's a match, isn't it? Come on, that's a match. And what makes it worse is LXVI, LXVII. So, there's only one numeral between the two. And I know it's been talked about many times, so I'm pretty sure you can understand the mistake. And I'm pretty sure this is twice in this game that I've done it. So there you go. So I think I'm going to allow myself this one. Hopefully, again, you don't feel I'm kind of doing things that I shouldn't be doing here. But so I'm going to step back to the time that I tried to activate. That I played this card to replace the point with that. I'm going to obviously that wasn't what I could do. So I'm going to activate the core up the 67th core up the top. And then we'll be clear, and what I'll do is, in fact, I'll reduce this unit because that's what I wouldn't have been able to do. Right, so it does mean I'm going to have this impulse here and then obviously have this impulse here before the allies do anything. But you've seen what's in between. After this, what would have happened was the allies played the army group card, deployed the units. Then I activated the 47th Corps. Then they activated the British units, didn't do an awful lot with it. And then now my next impulse is going to be replacing the point there, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. So hopefully that sits alright with you. It does with me, to be honest, because the damn colour of the cards is rather frustrating. Maybe I should put a wee mark on the card somewhere just to bring it to my attention, because that's twice in this game that I've done it. I've seen so many other people doing it. Okay, it's my game, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to activate this core. Oh, there's a guy up there as well, isn't there? Right, does that make things... Hang on. No, I'm still doing it. I am, because I did want to move these guys south. I'm happy with the 1st SS taking care of things up there. I don't need the guys there. I'd rather have them down in the middle here. Sorry, I know it's off camera. And that, I'm sure I talked about it quite a few times about trying to move them down. So I'm going to still go with this. It's just a shame that it happened like this. But okay, so I'm going to... Actually, he can come across that way, can he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I might bring him down that way then, actually. So strategically moving 1, 2, 3. Now, hang on, let's just watch this bridge. Ally supply can't be traced in this, can it? No, because this guy's still zone of control. No, I think that's okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strategically. Is that on? The cat was just on, wasn't it? I'll zoom out a little bit. Right, and then this guy I'm going to bring down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to put him there. That's just on the camera too, isn't it? Alright, I'll zoom out a bit more. And then that'll, well, know that hex is relevant, but then I think afterwards I'll maybe move the 53rd Division guy out, because they've got an activation and most of them are further south. I'll maybe move him back down beside these buddies. Just looking across there, I suppose they do have a bit of a force there. You would think the 1st SS could hold all that. I mean, we are concerned about not just Verviers, we were concerned about Spa as well, but this is I know they're only one step, but it's a strong stack heat unit. Oh, they're an IP, so there's only two of them there. And an IP though, so yeah, I think it'll be fine. So these two infantry, I'm going to just move, they're not on the road, so 1, 2, 3, so I'll just move them to there. And then the mechanised infantry. Now, am I? No, because I've got that big stack in Verviers. And this is in an IP, and then okay, it's only 2 strength right enough in a clear hex, but so that is kind of strengthening it. That's 3 strength mechanised infantry unit, isn't it? I wonder if I should maybe just leave it there. You want to try and keep them together though, but yeah, yeah. These guys can't come through there. They're going to go for Verviers if they can muster a force. So I'm going to go strategic move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put them beside that guy. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Okay, so apologies again, guys. That's another mistake that I had to go and mess about with. Hope you understand that. Hope you're okay about it. Again, it's not perfect, but I'm okay about it, to be honest. I don't feel like I'm cheating there. Yeah, so I'm going to go with that. So that would have happened then. We then would have had the Allies deploy the units, and then the 47th Corps would have activated, then the British Corps would have activated, and now for this impulse, all we're going to do is play the right card to, I'll bring the camera down. So for this impulse, we're going to play the correct card to, and there's nothing changed. He's still in supply and can choose supply. So we're going to replace the point to that unit in Bastogne. I mean, if these guys had activated an attack Bastogne, that would have caused all sorts of chaos if I had to go and rewind that, because I would have had him at 3 strength when at the time he would only been 2. So we've got away with that. We've caught it almost just in time. Something like that. Right, so I think I'm back on track. Hope that's okay with you, but some of these things have to be done. So I'm going to draw a new card, and then we'll go like, OKW, but supplemental OKW. Ooh, interesting. So we're going to get 2 possible activations of them, because we've not had the primary one yet. And we've got the 6th Panzer Army card now. I think the OKW units are in a position where it's going to be probably 5th Panzer. I can't remember how it works. So then for the 5th Panzer activation, they need to be in a certain. No, you know what? I think it's going to be 7th. 7th Army is going to activate them, because they all seem to be down in the 7th Army area. So we've got 2 cards left in our draw pile, and we know, well, one of them's got to be the OKW core primary card. So I don't know what the other one is. I'm not going to try and find that out either. We'll just let that maybe yous have worked it out already what it should be. Okay, so what have we done there? We activated. That's our activation. So this cube should come off now. 47th are eligible to be activated again, but I'm not getting anything to do with them. So we're on to an allied impulse again, but I'm just gonna have a wee cut here. Just split the videos up a bit, but should be back soon. Okay, cheers. Right, another allied impulse. Splash on. 5 core, 2nd and 99th. We've had this card a few times, haven't we? But I'm pretty sure that's the ones that aren't around anymore. Let me just double check. Yeah, this is the 3rd time we're going to be hit with this, aren't we? I suppose the card's always going to be in the deck, so... you could always have drawn it for a combat tactic though, but we don't seem to have been. So there's nothing to activate, all the units are eliminated, nothing to activate, so it's tank battalion again. Like I say, it's the 3rd time I've had a tank battalion event. So that's remove a step from 1 German infantry unit alone in a hex without an IP or in a town and adjacent to but not across a river from a supplied full strength allied unit. Your choice of more than one. So I think the first 2 times there was only 1 unit applicable, and that was the unit that had to take the hit. So I'll have a look and see what we get. You wouldn't believe it. I thought I wasn't going to find any this time. I found 1 again. This guy here. Thought I was getting away with it. But yeah, he is German unit, infantry unit. Alone in a hex within an IP, nor in a town, and adjacent to but not across the river from a supplied full strength allied unit. Your choice of more than one, and then this unit's full strength. The one underneath is not, but I did think this guy might have been in trouble at first. But all these, because I thought he was an option, but they're coming across the river. It doesn't specify. It just says across the river. It doesn't mean this is a bridged river, but it doesn't really say that. So I'm assuming across the river's across the river. So yeah, I can't see any more. So it looks like that guy's going to have to take the hit. Oh shoot. Now I do have that core card, the core card for them in my hand. And at first I thought about, well, maybe I'll activate them and move them up and whatever. But to be honest, if I'd activated them, he would have built an IP and then not been an option. Yeah. The other thing is I could repair him back up to. He's still sitting at 2 steps with 3 strength. So it's not the end of the world, I suppose. But no. Right, let's move on and see if we can get. That was a quick allied impulse. Let's say that's the 3rd time they've hit tank battalion. And the 3rd time I've only had 1 choice of 1 unit. That's quite. Oh, maybe it goes like that a lot. We're deep into the game now. Okay, so I've got the OKW card. So is it the time for that? We did use up that air power. We were talking about maybe making an attack on this. These guys can come back across, make an attack here, and we don't have air power anymore. No. Fixed artillery. Oh, it jumped up a step though, didn't it? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 1 short again. I think it jumped to 7, didn't it? On the 26th. Yeah, it did. We're still 1 short. for that hex there anyway. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that hex it's usable on, but he's got an elite armour and still a 1 step 2 strength infantry in it as well. I've got some nice stuff around the bit. That would have been even better, mind you. Yeah, I did look at that. I looked about the possibility of that, but I don't think I should. I think I should do what Martin said a long time ago and just try and get this guy in a worse position. Let him go out supply. We need to protect Bastogne. We don't really need to be attacking this guy, you know. So just try and get him in a worse supply state, basically. Okay, I'll have a think of what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think I want to play the OKW card because there's 2 cards left in my hand. Like I say, well, this isn't the primary card, so we know we've still got that to come. So if I play this now, I'm going to get another activation of that. So it's maybe better. The only thing is I'd like to play a combat tactic and then just draw these last 2 cards. But then again, do I need to see the last 2 cards? I mean, I've got the 6 Panzer Army card. I could use that for any combat tactic, but I don't know. I feel like the Allies aren't really... Maybe they're having a bad day the day. They're not really doing anything terrible to us. I mean, the downside to the OKW units is I've got the 2 units down in R1. Oh, sorry, the 1 unit in R1. Which is, yeah, that's fine. He's okay on his own. And then I've got this unit here kind of protecting this. You know, if I thought this could be more secure, I might not need that. Well, there's maybe no guarantees in that. And if I'm just going to have a wee attack at this guy, I could just bring these guys back. I don't mind bringing these guys back across into here. I don't think there's a problem with that. Okay, I got distracted there and had to eventually cut the video. So I'm just trying to join it on here. Not really sure where I was at with what I was talking about, but I think we were talking about making an attack on this unit. These guys come in, this guy can come across into here. Yeah, I think I was concerned about coming across this river. I suppose if I move away from that hex, I think that's what I was thinking. I think Allied supply will be traceable to that hex. I think this is what I was concerned about, so that any of these units that then approach this bridge will have to take a bridge check. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? If I put these 2 guys, I mean, these guys coming across the bridge right now, they're adjacent to enemy. That's not an issue. So if they were to move into there, and then next time I activated these guys, I go 1, 2, then Allied supply can be traced to this hex, 1, 2, 3, and off. So you would have to do a bridge check. So I think that's what was on my mind. I mean, to be honest, actually, even with these units sitting here, anything that approaches this bridge would have to take a check anyway. It's not these guys moving away that's relevant. I suppose maybe I'm thinking I could pop one of these guys across this bridge and leave them there, and then maybe just use this guy so that then that doesn't have to happen. Feels like that's a bit messy though, isn't it? And I think I can work out 6-1 odds with A2 units. I think I get 18-3. So if only brought one of the guys in, I'm assuming that would be 15-3 if I'm counting it right. So I suppose that's 5-1, which isn't still too bad. Okay. Okay, I'm rethinking that. I'm not sure that's going to be a problem. The amount of cards that I've got left, I've only got 2 in my draw pile. It's unlikely I'm going to activate any of these units again. And there's nothing to say you can't trace supply over a German bridge, even though there's supplies on the other side. You know, you don't need to worry about having to take checks if you're just tracing supply. So as long as I don't blunder and move a unit to there, have to take a bridge check, then the bridge blows. But we've activated the 47 core twice. Get the feeling we had the core card, primary core card anyway, for the 58th is already gone. So I guess as long as I'm careful about it. And the other thing is, a lot of these units can, well, I say a lot of them, 1, 2, 3, you know, I mean, this unit here doesn't need to trace across this bridge. You can just go 1, 2, 3, and then we've got the trace from there. So yeah, and I quite like that. I quite like the thought of 6-1 odds, I think. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to move these guys 1, 2 into here. And now, so we've already decided that this guy's not going to move, and this guy's not going to move. Yeah. And I think this is worth an attack. It's not, I mean, the guy, he's in low supplies and a broken hex. He's, you know, yeah, well, he's not going to get to draw a card, so. Okay, so no more movement, so we'll attack with these. This will lose its IP, that's the only downside, but, well. And, yeah, and let's see what we've got now. The other thing I was pondering about was maybe trying to play a card just so I can, yeah, we do have, we could chuck this card for infantry infiltration, I suppose. I was quite keen on maybe repairing this guy back up to full strength, or repairing another one of the units. Really, I don't think I want to do anything with the core. It was just the fact we've got 2 cards left in our draw pile. Well, we know what one of them is. And that, I mean, does it really matter? It's speeding the end of the day along by playing another card. Okay, we'll think about it. We'll think about it after we've worked out what we've got here. Oops, this is, he's joining allies. Come back. So 4, that's 8, isn't it? Yeah, 8. And 6, 14, so yeah, 18. So 18-3. Yeah. So we get 6-1 odds. Where are the dice? Here we are. 6-1 odds. And, well, if we don't play anything at all, yeah, that might be, I think it's going to be 6, isn't it? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because none of these guys are wheat. Yeah. So there's more temptation to play. And in particular when they've not got the chance to play air power, which seems to be on the back of a lot of the large attack chips. So, right, that is going to tempt me then. So 61 odds, 6 chip pools. Okay, let me think. I just wish, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no. I'm trying to count the fixed artillery range again and see if it'll get me there, but it's not. Okay, let me have a thought. I'm finding this a hard decision to make, actually, because I've realised that if I can take this guy out, or at least budge him out of that hex, get an advance into there with some of these units, then lets me have... I've got assault coordination possibilities, so activating, like, obviously I've got this is the decision about playing this for infantry infiltration, this card, sorry, but I could use that to activate these guys, make an attack on that guy, after these guys have went in there, hopefully, budge that guy out of the way, and then we get an assault coordination, but then I've got the card to activate the 53rd Corps as well. On saying that is one of the cards that's got assault coordination. So what's the decisions here, actually? I'm feeling like I might not want to play the combat tactic. 6 chip pools, you're only looking for large attack. 6 chip pools is quite a lot in itself. Okay, we draw large attack chip. Well, he's not played air power, then I'm going to be kicking myself. But I've done that many times in the game. Okay, I'm deciding to not play any combat tactic then. That was the other thing. I don't know if I did mention it, but if we do have a go at this guy is in fixed artillery range. So, all that kind of... That does mean we really want to budge this guy, though, so I suppose 1 extra chip pool. But the combat tactic we're playing is irrelevant. And infantry infiltration, he's already flanked. So it's only for the extra chip pool. No, I'm not going to do it. So he doesn't get to draw a card, so minimum chip pools are 2, maximum is 6, and we're 6 to 1. So I'll get the minimum 2 chip pools first. Okay, I know I said minimum of 2, but I just wanted to show you the first chip that I drew. And yeah, it's got allied air power on the back. Sorry, there we go. So large attack is not going to apply because you're only drawing 6 chip pools, Grant. But I was chuffed by the next chip that I drew, as it's dispersed and supplied. So that kind of makes up for it. Makes me feel better. Because having that A-1's quite nice as well. So yeah, I think we're going to get the other 4. Hopefully no more large attacks, please. Okay, nice, good result. Both these were 7-1 on the other side to get a D2 hit, and we're just outside that with 6-1. No, I wasn't able to get 7-1. But they're good. They're good in the backside as well, because we've got flank and we've got 4-1. This one was City Forest on that side. Broken clear. I hit to us, but we don't mind because we've got an A-1. And then this one, I looked at IP cross. I looked at that side first. IP crossfire. There was no IP on the guy. I was like so chuffed to see that when I turned it over. It's a priority as well, dispersal supply. So that's perfect. And I drew that chit first and started thinking, oh no, it's not going to happen. So, right, okay, I'll work out the numbers. They're good numbers. Yeah, they're very good numbers. It's overkill, in fact. Yeah, I was forgetting. I was thinking he could retreat into there and avoid the step loss when he did, but this is unsupplied, this unit, so I don't think. I think he would have still taken the step loss, so I think we only needed D3. In fact, no, once he's in there, he's going to take a step loss again, so maybe we actually only needed D2. Oh well. Right, okay, so he is eliminated. Now that's only one unit in the box, so we don't. It's half a VP, so it doesn't quite count now. And no hits to us. So let's take the chits away and see about advance. Yeah, I think we advance with them all. Well, when I say them all, not these guys, like, but the 10th SS OKW units, and this one too. Yeah, because he is going to be surrounded still. Yeah, and the fact we've got assault coordination, we want as much against this guy as possible. I know it's leaving this area a little bit vulnerable. I don't think it's a problem. I mean, yeah, maybe there's a wee bit of a risk here. But I'm starting to see, I mean, even this guy in St. Hubert can go 1, 2. Well, on saying that, it does depend. I mean, if one of these units does move up here and like try and fill the gap or something like that, then I'm not going to be able to trace. But I don't need to trace across this bridge if for some reason something happened to the bridge. Mind you, some of the units further back, sorry, I know that's so. I'll zoom out a little bit. Some of these units further back probably do need the bridge, but yeah, I think I'll advance in there because it would be quite nice. Although I said I didn't want to attack this guy, mind you, and I was just going to try and, make him suffer. Yeah, that is a point. So wonder maybe I shouldn't advance that guy. I think it's going to be a pretty decent attack though, isn't it? And he's not going to be able to draw a card. We've got a few two-step units involved, so it's not as if we're... Yeah, I don't think there's much difference between there and there anyway, so... Yeah, I'm going to advance him in there, so... Okay, so... That's that activation over, and we can't IP. This guy's already built an IP. The guy in R1's an R1, so he's in a type. Well, he's in a city. Yeah, and that's that. So unfortunately, we're only going to get to draw one of the last 2 cards, but kind of hoping that will not be the OKW card, so that, I mean, because we can't use it next turn anyway, because they've had an activation. But let's see what I've got you there. We'll have a look. And what do you know? That is okay. So mystery card left in the draw pile. Yeah. Okay. Shortly going to start an allied impulse. I'm going to just cut this video though, because I had to break that last one, so I better make a break here just in case I need to make this a different part. So, but I think I'm still coming back for another wee shot. Still got a wee bit of time left. But I'll catch up soon, guys. Okay, cheers.